Hi everybody, welcome to Train Forever. I'm Andrew Barr, and today we're talking about lateral squats. These are an excellent, often overlooked exercise that when done regularly can help prevent injuries, improve athletic performance, and help get you seriously strong in your squat. So today I'm going to do a detailed step-by-step breakdown of this exercise and talk about how they can make a great addition to almost any training program. Lateral squats are important because they involve moving through the frontal plane, another way of saying side-to-side movement. The frontal plane is one of three anatomical planes of movement. If you're unfamiliar with that concept, I did a whole video on it that you can check out here, and here's a quick explanation. There are three planes of movement: the sagittal plane, which is forwards and backwards, the frontal plane, side to side, and the transverse plane, which is rotation. Most traditional strength training exercises are sagittal plane dominant. Squats, deadlifts, rows, presses, you name it. These are all based in the sagittal plane. And there is nothing wrong with training and becoming strong in the sagittal plane. But oftentimes, people completely neglect the frontal plane and the transverse plane. And just as a muscle imbalance can limit your athletic potential and increase your risk of injury, so too can an imbalance in your ability to move through each plane. Doing lateral squats is a great way to get some movement in the frontal plane in your program and to help ensure that your body can move in all the ways that it was designed to. So that's a universal human reason why you would want to include lateral squats in your program, but there are specific performance advantages too. If you're somebody who takes your training seriously and you want to get really strong in your squats, lateral squats are a must as a complementary exercise. Lateral squats develop the adductors, the muscles of the inner thigh. And oftentimes the limiting factor to squat performance is adductor strength. That's right, not the quads, not the low back, but the adductors. If you take your squatting seriously, you have to take your inner thighs seriously. And then for almost all athletes, the importance of lateral squats or lateral movement in general should be self-explanatory. Defensive slides in basketball, stealing second base, deking a defender in soccer or football. These are all examples where movement competency and speed and power in that frontal plane is essential. In fact, just about every sport, with a few exceptions like rowing, has a significant lateral movement component. So if you're an athlete, a person who wants to get stronger, or a human being with hips that you want to continue to work well as you age, you can make a strong case for including the lateral squats in your program. Here's how to do them. We'll start with the feet and work our way up. Start by placing your feet wide apart. There's no exact right position. Height, leg length, and flexibility determine the exact best position, but a good reference point is about 4 feet apart. You'll get a lot of feedback from your legs once you start moving. If anything feels off, adjusting your stance to be a bit wider or closer often solves the issue immediately. The feet can be pointed straight ahead or turned slightly outwards. It depends on the person. You want to find a position that feels good. Begin the movement by sitting down towards one side. Your knees will bend forwards and hips will move backwards. Lean forward in the trunk if it feels natural to do so, but keep your spine in the same strong position at all times. Go down until you feel a slight stretch on the inner thigh of the straight leg. It might be up in your groin or it might be down on the inside of the knee. As long as it's not painful and feels comfortable, it's okay. Once you hit this position, return to standing by pushing down into the ground with your bent leg, allowing the knee to straighten and stand tall. Pause for a moment in the middle position before squatting down to the other side. If you're finding this content useful and informative, go ahead and give me a like and make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss another training tip. I'll be putting out a new video each week to help you get the most out of your training sessions. Thanks so much. I really appreciate your support. Lateral squats are a great warm-up exercise and accessory lift. I keep a lateral squat or some other variation like a lateral lunge in my clients' programs year-round unless there's an injury or a specific reason not to. One set of 8 to 10 reps each side makes a great addition to almost any warm-up. As an accessory lift and part of the actual workout, there are a lot of different ways that you can include the lateral squat. One great example, using them as an accessory lift on a squat-focused strength or hypertrophy session to get a little bit more volume and a little bit more movement variability. You can also throw them into a mobility circuit or a conditioning circuit. You can also use the lateral squat to get a little bit of low intensity, lower body work done on an otherwise upper body focused session. light intensity work on an area that is not your main focus can be a great way to accelerate recovery and reduce soreness if you're feeling the effects of a higher intensity training session done early in the week. And as much as I'm emphasizing this idea of the lateral squat being used as an accessory lift and probably starting light, that's in large part because this video is for people who haven't really yet considered the lateral squat and putting it into their program. Once you are proficient in the movement, and if you have a good baseline of strength, as long as you work gradually and it can be done pain-free, there is no reason why you can't really load up a lateral squat with a barbell. You're not going to get anywhere close to what you can squat or deadlift. That's not the point, but there's just no reason that you have to go light on it indefinitely. Why not get super strong in the lateral squat? I hope you thought today's video was useful, and if you did, please give me a like. Make sure you hit subscribe so you never miss another training tip. I'll be putting out a new video each week to help you get the most out of your training sessions. And if you head to the description, you can get my free guide to building core strength, my online programs made specifically for beginners, and you can find out how to work with me one-on-one through my online coaching too. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week.